to iScope Media. Today we bring you another topic and let's discuss about who will win Uttar Pradesh election and who is actually going to get the votes in Uttar Pradesh election. Well, if only voters of Uttar Pradesh were to form a country, it would be ninth most populous nation in the world. More than 15 crore voters of Uttar Pradesh will vote to elect 403 MLAs in 7 phases from February 10 to March 7, with the voting progressing from the western parts to the eastern areas. Who wins Uttar Pradesh election will be known on March 10th when votes will be counted. Well, though the backward classes, Jats, Muslims and Brahmins have occupied more space in the election narrative this year, it is the Dalit voters who have decided who rules Uttar Pradesh. While the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party looked worried about the challenger Samajwadi Party welcoming a number of OBC leaders who switched sides. The Bahujan Samaj Party, who for long presented itself as a voice of the Dalit community, has looked a little lethargic in leading the Uttar Pradesh election campaign right now. However, BSP leaders Mayawati and Satish Chandra Mishra have rejected the charge as conspiracy. Now let's have a look at the Dalit voters of Uttar Pradesh. Like Muslims, Dalits are often considered as homogeneous population and voting group. However, the grassroots realities are different. Dalits comprise of more than 65 castes in Uttar Pradesh. They altogether form about 21 to 22% of Uttar Pradesh population and correspondingly voters. For several decades, when the Congress dominated the political landscape of Uttar Pradesh, Dalits voted for the party till 1980s. However, those were also times when in many areas of Uttar Pradesh, the Dalit voters were prevented from casting their votes by dominant caste and Musalman affiliated to political parties. Well, in this background, Dalit leader Kanchi Ram founded Dalit Shoshit Samaj Sangharsh Samiti, which is also known as DSSS, in 1981. And the Bahujan Samaj Party in 1984. The BSP did not immediately get electoral dividend, but by 1991 it was strong enough to force Yadav strongman Mulayam Singh Yadav, the Samajwadi Party founder, to seek an alliance for the government formation. In 1995, the BSP formed its own government with Mayawati as the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. The meteoric rise of the BSP was credited to empowerment of the Dalit voters in Uttar Pradesh. The turnaround happened in just 11 years. Dalits became a powerful vote bank. Now let's have a look why seats are reserved for Dalits matter. Uttar Pradesh has 86 reserved seats in the assembly election for the Dalits and 2 for the scheduled tribes. The ST reserved seats came for the first time in 2017. In a Lok Sabha election, 17 of the 80 seats are reserved for the Dalits. Well, these reserved seats indicate who wins Uttar Pradesh election. The BSP, which made Dalit a separate vote bank in Uttar Pradesh, surprised political analysts in 2007. by winning a majority on its own in the 2007 assembly election. Well, in this election, the BSP won 62 of the 86 reserved seats. In 2012, when the Samajwadi Party won a clear majority, it won 58 of the reserved seats in Uttar Pradesh election. In 2017, the BJP and its allies swept the reserved seats, winning 76 of the 86 seats reserved for the Dalits and STs. Of 84 seats reserved for the Dalit candidates, the BJP won 70. Its allies won 4, which was for SBSP 3 and the Apna Dal for 1. Of 2 ST reserved seats, the BJP won 1 and the other went to its ally Apna Dal. Well, the BSP could win just 2 seats and the Samajwadi Party 7. Independent candidate won 1 seat. The Dalit switch to the BJP happened with the 2014 Lok Sabha election, when it won all 17 SC reserved seats. In 2019, the BJP and its allies won 15 Lok Sabha seats reserved for Dalits in Uttar Pradesh. The BJP won 14, the BSP won other 2. Now if we move on and look at 2009, in 2009 when the Samajwadi Party was ruling in Uttar Pradesh and supporting the Congress-led coalition at the centre, it had won 10 of the 17 Lok Sabha seats. The BSP, the BJP and the Congress had won 2 each. The Rashtriya Lok Dal had won 1 Lok Sabha seat back then. Well, now let's have a look at who Dalits will vote for in 2022. Well, 2022 is a very crucial election which is coming up. Mayawati's BSP remains hopeful that the Dalit voters would stand with her. The result of the reserved category seats in all elections since 2009, however, indicate that her party has lost grip on Dalit vote. Even though the BSP maintains around the 20% vote share in elections in Uttar Pradesh. Well, Mayawati's own caste voters, Jats, are considered her stronghold, but both the BJP and the Samajwadi Party have tried to win over the non-Jatav voters in the recent times. The Samajwadi Party hopes to benefit from the rise of the Chandrasekhar Azad Ravan as the young Dalit face in Uttar Pradesh. Well, if Jatas stay with Mayawati and still Chandrasekhar Azad Ravan gathers support, it may translate into erosion of Dalit vote share, for the BJP putting Akhilesh Yadav-led Samajwadi Party in a position of advantage, especially when it is confident of pocketing the majority of the Muslim votes. The Congress has tried to pitch itself as a party sympathetic to the Dalits, with Priyanka Gandhi Vadra repeatedly raising the issue of the Hathras and the Sonbhadra victims. She had tried to bring together women and Dalits to the Congress fold. The BJP, however, continues to bank on its schemes such as toilet construction, LPG connection and housing for poor programs for the success in Uttar Pradesh Assembly election. The party swept the SC reserved seats riding on the Modi wave in 2014 and strengthened its Dalit constituency with the pro-poor schemes afterwards. Well, the results of the 2017 UP Assembly polls and the 2019 Lok Sabha election show that the Dalits stayed with the BJP despite the narrative of the party favouring the upper caste and the OBCs. The BJP hopes that its campaigns now, including free of the cost COVID-19 vaccination, particularly in rural areas, would help it keep its Dalit vote bank intact. Well, now let's see in the upcoming days, how does the Dalit play a role in the upcoming UP election 2022? Stay with us, we shall bring you new topics every day. This is Aparna Sindhu reporting for iScope Media.